Great. Could we crack a window? Up in a helo.
That's fine, isn't it?
Okay guys, welcome to 12 Apostles Helicopters. My name's Judd. We're off for a beautiful flight over the Apostles up to London Bridge and the Bay of Islands and back, about a 25-minute flight. And we'll be on our way very shortly, guys. Now just put those microphones nice and close to your mouth. You'll be able to have a chat to each other and myself as we fly along.
I still can't hear you.
Never expect.
No, bring them more close to your mouth.
And up we go, guys.
Talk
Can you hear me
now.
now?
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, just.
I said I never thought we'd be doing this today. Oh, we're off.
Even when we were up here, she's still taking photos. Look at her.
She won't give up.
Reminds me of that film Platoon.
Who?
Reminds me of that film Platoon. Oh.
Dope.
Alrighty guys, as we climb up here to 500 feet, we're going to cross the coast and you're going to see the Apostles straight out in front of us. We've got a few out to the left, as well as a few to the right as we cross the coast here. Now you will feel a few little bumps as we fly along today, guys. There is a little bit of turbulence in the air, nothing to worry about.
Get a picture.
Yeah, I've got a couple, yeah.
Look at all that murky water.
Okay, so these are the Apostles just out to the right. They were originally called the Sow and Piglets. That was until 1950. This is when they changed the name to the Apostles. They did not call them the 12 Apostles. This name has been adopted by visitors to the area. Never actually 12 in the group, only ever 8. And today we have 7 of those 8 remaining. We will get a great view of those as we come back from the Bay of Islands towards the end of the flight. Now in this direction you will see a bit more out the right hand side. On the way back you'll get a better view out the left. Coming up next we have the Lockhart Gorge.
Oh, that's where we've just been.
Yeah.
You've been down there? So you'll get a nice view of the beach on the way back as well if you've been down to the beach.
Oh yeah, look at the beach there.
It's a pretty spectacular little spot down there at the Lockhart Gorge.
Your view's better than mine. You take some.
Yeah, but when it comes back round, it'll be on your side.
Ah, cool.
You'll get everything.
Yeah.
Put it on video.
What then?
You come back, put it on video.
Oh yeah. Try, yeah.
Okay, coming up next we see Baker's Oven, which is the island down to our front right with the cave through the middle.
Oh, look at that, like a pizza oven.
Oh yeah.
It does look like a pizza oven, that's where the name came from, but I think from up here it looks like a big piece of cheesecake as well.
Yeah, I like that. Cheesecake.
Now next up we see Sentinel Rock. That is the largest rock formation in the Port Campbell National Park, just out to the front right. It's actually taller than any of the Apostles, and it stands at over 70 metres, 220 feet above sea level. Taller than a 20-storey building.
Oh wow.
Pretty small from here.
It does look small from up here. Compare it to the cars travelling along the Great Ocean Road just on top of the cliff there. There's one a little further down the coast. Get a bit of an idea of just how big those cliffs are.
20 stories, that is very, very tall.
Really large cheesecake. It's a good thing we haven't got a fear of heights, ain't it?
What?
It's a good thing we ain't got a fear of heights.
Is that where they have the oysters and the beer? Well, that little town to the right?
They do have those things there, yes. That is called Port Campbell, that one. Beautiful little coastal town. The nearest town to the Apostles along the Great Ocean Road. Only about a 10-minute drive from the Apostles down to Port Campbell.
Those big old caves, man.
So this stretch of coastline is Australia's fastest eroding coastline. Good example is those caves that were just pointed out. Now, right along the coast, right back to the Apostles, the average rate of erosion is 2 to 5 centimetres per year. So 1 to 2 inches comes off the coast each and every year as an average. In some areas it's a lot more, some areas not so much. But it is a constantly changing coastline. Now if we look down to the front right, we can see what's called the arch. Beautiful arch shape carved into the coast. Now this is once again done by erosion. And just around the next corner, we're going to see London Bridge. London Bridge is an island that was connected to the mainland to form the shape of a bridge. This island came crashing down back in 1990. The Archer did, leaving the island as we see it today, and that's just down to the front right. So that island was joined to the mainland until 26 years ago. There's another arch underneath the island. And this is what formed the shape of the bridge. Now we're making our way up towards Peterborough. That is the next town that we can see just in front of us, and it is the last town on the Great Ocean Road if you're heading east to west. That is Coastal. Only about a 10-minute drive on from Port Campbell is Peterborough. Beautiful big double bay beach there called Newfield Bay. Now it's only a town of 200 residents, so it is a very small town.
200.
Nice little golf course there on the foreshore as well, little 9-hole course. Now if we look ahead, we can see quite a few islands. This is the Bay of Islands. We'll be up there in a couple minutes, and then we'll be making a turn and starting a return leg back towards the Apostles. Okay, so coming up towards the Bay of Islands now. 24 islands make up the Bay of Islands. And all of these islands were once attached to the mainland. It's the process of erosion where the wind and the waves slowly eat away at the softer parts of the limestone coast, leaving behind these rock stacks made of the harder limestone. Same process forms the Apostles. Eventually all of these islands will erode away, and there'll be new islands formed out of the mainland.
That's where we stopped first this morning.
Yeah, so that's where we, there's a big car park down there. There's a few different little stops you can do. And have a look at these islands from ground level.
We stopped there this morning first.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, we'll get a few pictures out the right there, guys. We'll shortly turn around and we'll have a good look out the left. So we're going to turn around now, guys. So guys in the back, you're on camera. Give yourselves a wave. Just above my head is the camera. And guys in the front, you're on camera now. We have the beautiful Bay of Islands out to the left. So all of these beaches are accessible. Very rarely do we see anyone on them though. A lot of tourists tend to stay at Port Campbell, they don't come this far down. Well worth a look though, down around at Peterborough if you have the time. Cruising back past Peterborough at the moment. The body of water out to the left behind the town is known as Curdy's Inlet, fed by the freshwater Curdy's River. Now over summer that will almost completely dry up. We don't get a lot of rain down here over summer. Except for the deeper channel that just runs through the middle. Now we'll shortly be passing London Bridge, which can be seen down to the front left. The beautiful beach down there, just out from the beach is the island with the arch. We'll get a great view as we cruise past. And that can be seen just down to the front left there. You can see the huge gap to the mainland. That was joined by a natural arch until 1990. Now we do occasionally see dolphins and seals in the water beneath us, and from June to October we have southern right whales that migrate through the area. Another helicopter out to the left. And the town of Port Campbell can be seen out to the left now. Only home to 600 residents, very small town, but it does see a huge number of tourists from all over the world each and every year. Okay, so if we look ahead, we can see the Apostles coming back into view. Before there, we have The Lockhart Gorge just out to the front left. So Lockhart Gorge to the left, that is the beach that you can see. Quite a few people down there this afternoon. And next up are the Apostles. These beautiful rock formations, only 7 of which remain. There was never 12, however, only ever 8.
Why did they call it 12?
So they only called it the Apostles, and from the biblical term, the 12 Apostles, people just started calling it that.
Okay.
It stuck and has been known as the 12 Apostles for many years now. We'll shortly be making a left-hand turn, guys, before beginning our approach back to the heliport.
When did you lose number 8?
That was 2005, and that can be seen as the pile of rocks just down to our left, in between the small one and the larger one.
Okay.
So that was just due to erosion. It collapsed overnight and noticed the next morning.
People down there. See,
What?
where that car park is, can you see? On the beach.
Yeah.
So you can get down to the beach beneath us, just take the signs to Gibson Steps.
Get them all there.
There's another piece of pizza right there, Chris.
Okay guys, that is the postcard shot out the front of those Apostles. Got the Great Ocean Road beneath us as well. Beautiful view. We'll make our approach back towards the heliport, guys.
Hey Chris, you can see the car. Anyone?
Can't see it.
I see it. Look by the blue one.
So tiny.
It's a billboard.
Okay guys, as we come back into land, please remain seated until the ground staff have opened the doors for you. So I hope you've enjoyed the flight today, guys. Pretty nice conditions for you this evening. There we go, guys. Thanks very much for flying with us today. Enjoy the rest of your day.